This game feature took me 6 months to make. Let me explain. I'm making a roguelike game where players can unleash combos on enemies, but because I love fighting games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I felt that the enemies should be able to combo the player back. Now, at first this sounds pretty easy, but wow, I underestimated the difficulty of making the combos work properly. There were 3 problems with this system, and only 2 of which I've been able to solve. The first is actually figuring out where the player is going to go. When I hit a mob with my attack, I can pretty much estimate where the mob is going to fly, allowing me to follow up with another attack. But compared to us human players, the enemies are stupid. They have no idea where the player is going to go when it's hit by an attack. So the first step to figuring out how to do combos is to know where the player will be. That's when I came up with this function called predict location, which when the player is hit, these yellow points predict where the player will go. The reason it's not a line is because each point represents 1 frame of hit stun. So by using dots, it also tells the enemy how long until the player reaches each specific point. Now that's just step 1, because now that we know where the player is going to go, we need to decide where the enemy should attack from. And this is the part that took me nearly 6 months. I tried tons of methods for this, but they all had some pretty major flaws. That was until yesterday when I decided to use a scoring system similar to real AIs like ChatGPT. When a mob is close enough to the yellow dots, it assigns every dot along the path a score. A dot can either lose points or gain them based on a bunch of conditions, like if the mob wouldn't have to move very far, the dot's worth more points. If the mob would hit the player in the opposite direction, more points. If the mob has to move too far to get in position, minus 1,000 points. Then the mob chooses the point with the highest score to attack at, as long as the score is more than 0. The mob runs to the position, starts winding up his attack, and unleashes a devastating combo. So far it only works with 2 mobs, but even still,